great way to take in a Tuesday afternoon. You're watching the NBA live on 2K Sports. I'm Brian Anderson, joined by Hall of Famers Doris Burke and Grant Hill, and the fourth member of our crew, reporter Allie LaForce. It's the Orlando Magic taking on the Brooklyn Nets. A look at the opening lineup for the Orlando Magic. We've got Dwight Howard, and it's O'Neal in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Here's Brooklyn. Durant, the pass to Irving. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Man, the defender really went after him.
At the line, shooting for Brooklyn, Julius Irving, stepping to the line with 2 shots.
Shoot 2.
And the first one at the line is good. Both free throws good from Irving. Hill with it. Pass to O'Neal. Outside Hardaway. Outside Hill. Howard with a screen on Irving. Shot's good by Hill.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Here's Kidd. Outside Durant. Now here's Lopez. Irving finds Lopez. Basket is good. Nice setup from Irving.
Well, we know Brook Lopez can play with strength. He is amazing at converting these difficult opportunities.
Here's Hardaway, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Wow. I'll tell you, such an advantage having a playmaker who can get up to the rim and finish.
Now that is what every team wants.
Oh, you love it. Fearless, aggressive, leaving no doubt whatsoever.
Just over a minute and a half in. Here's Kidd. Pass to Durant. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way.
I mean, defensively, you are just contending with so much when you're checking Kevin Durant. It's not just the length. This guy is one of the most skilled, gifted offensive players in NBA history.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw is good from Durant.
There seems to me to be a quiet toughness to Kevin Durant. This is a guy who makes his own decisions, shuts out the noise, and is willing to embrace change.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 out of 2 at the line. Here's Orlando. Pass to McGrady, and he's going for the lob. In transition, here they come. Here's Irving. No luck on that one. Howard with some nice D. Right side Hill, and here's Hardaway. Here's McGrady. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. It goes on Kevin Durant.
At the line now for Orlando, Tracy McGrady. At the line with 2 shots.
Ties it up, and his next one could give him the lead. And the free throw is good, now leading by 1. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Pass to Durant. There's a screen. Over Howard. And again, it's the Nets missing.
And for him, that's a great look. Expect him to go right back to it if it's available.
No doubt. Very good play call, good execution. Sometimes it just doesn't fall.
Now here's Hardaway. The shot. That one a tad offline, but it drops in for him.
Sometimes it's simple. Put the ball in the hands of your scorers and let them do what they do best.
Here's Kidd, defended by Hardaway. Now here's Durant. Pass to Lopez. 5 on the clock. Here's McGrady. Hardaway on the wing. Now Howard, guarded by Durant.
Brooklyn foul. Roger. Petrovic. First personal foul. 10 seconds.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. And here's Hardaway. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From downtown. Can't get it to drop.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
Shot from the wing. Durant with the bucket.
Well, the ability to score without being the primary ball handler, right? Kevin Durant can catch and shoot as well as anybody in the league.
Outside Hardaway. Pass to Howard. Down low. Here's O'Neal. Good work defensively by Lopez.
Boy, he's at the cup, but that is tremendous defense. Prohibit the lay-in without fouling.
Irving against Hill. And it's Irving missing. Orlando leading. Now Hardaway. Pass to McGrady from behind the arc. Gets the 3 to fall. He's got 7.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
There's a screen. Durant on the attack. And it's blocked. What a play as he just snatches the shot out of midair. Hardaway with it. And there's the lob. It's tipped and stolen by Durant. Here's Kidd. Howard grabs the miss.
I don't know if he's trying to show off for the crowd or what, but there's no reason for that kind of shot.
McGrady. And he goes in for the dunk.
Woo! He just levitated in the air, double pumped, and then slammed it home.
How about the D right there? They just got out of the way. They let him choose what kind of move he wanted to make. Here's Irving. They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
Here's Kidd. Back to Irving. Uneasy, too, on the layup.
Unselfishness can be infectious. Terrific teamwork.
Now here's Hardaway. Pass to McGrady. The shot, no good. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. To the wing on the left. Inside. Cuts off the pass. Lopez against Hill. Shoots over Lopez. Hill can't connect.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
I love his tenacity. Extra possessions, second chance points. That's winning basketball.
Timeout called. Brooklyn. Here's Kidd, looking for his first basket, still in this one. Outside Durant. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Well, Kevin Durant is used to absorbing contact on the way up, and when he's this deep, it really puts the defense in a bind.
And out the line, shooting 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throws good from Durant. Vucevic, he's checked in for O'Neal. And both free throws good for Durant. Here's McGrady. He's got 9. Beyond the arc. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Howard. Brooklyn trailing. And here's Irving. Howard grabs the miss.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
Lets it fly. He can't hit that time. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. Here's Kidd. Here's Lopez. Howard with some nice D. Here's McGrady. Pass to Hill. Perfect pass to set up the lay-in. And Orlando leads by 6.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
And that streaking rack attack is the Mobile One drive.
Yeah, he made that drive look easy, but that had a high degree of difficulty.
Brooklyn with the ball. Here's Kidd. Well, he hasn't scored yet, but I'm sure that'll change. Pass to Petrovic from deep three-point range. Out of bounds. Nets ball as Brooklyn keeps possession. And it's time to take another look at that powerful block.
Yeah, just some terrific effort there. And you know the whole team will get an energy boost off a block like that one.
So both teams changing it up here. Irving for 3. Hits the trifecta.
Kyrie Irving, such a consistent threat to score from anywhere on the floor. That time he goes to the three-point game.
Here's Turkoglu. Pass to Lewis. Fires from deep. Rebounded by the Nets. Here's Birdsong. Outside Irving. Three-pointer. And can't get it to go. Now 1 of 2. Orlando leading. Pass to Vucevic. The rebound by Coleman. Outside Carter. Now here's Lopez. Shot from the low block. And he can't bank that one in. Here's Skiles. Now quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Vucevic, a screen on Irving to the inside.
7 feet, 260 pounds. Vucevic is a lot to handle. Does a great job drawing that contact.
Shooting for the Magic, Nikola Vucevic. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Vucevic.
We know this about Nikola Vucevic. He's a high percentage finisher. To me, the next steps, right? Improve your defense, be more consistent with range. And if he does that, he's golden.
Martin, he's checked in for Lopez. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And Brooklyn has possession, trailing by 5. Outside Irving. Now Carter. Well, no scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change.
Aggressive mindset, but the defender just as determined to send him away empty-handed.
A minute 53 left to play in the first quarter. Pass to Vucevic from 13. Got a hand on it, and he gets it back. Here's Lewis. Well, it was only a matter of time before they finally get the bucket.
Offensive rebounding is all about wanting it. Fantastic effort there, leading to second chance points.
Here's Martin, out to the right wing. Here's Birdsong. Ooh, a good look from Carter. Shot is good, off the back rim and in.
Well, coaches might discourage that kind of look, but he'll take it anyway.
One minute left to play in the first quarter. Outside, Anderson. That shot is good, Lewis.
Good job attacking. Those restricted area shots are what every NBA team is looking for.
Wing shot on the way. Misses off the right iron. Grant, they could attempt a 2 for 1 here.
They could. The key here is a good look.
Here's Turkoglu. He's checked by Carter. Turkoglu's shot is off. And it's Brooklyn ball. 7-point differential. Pass to Irving. We've got 13 seconds left in the first quarter. 6 on the shot clock. Carter from outside. Orlando grabs the miss. Here's Lewis. Here he goes. And some nice defense there to end the quarter. And so it's Orlando closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. Just pounding the painted area. That's helped him build an advantage. More 2K action in just a moment.
Fans, please give a big round of applause for your next Youth Kids team.
And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And for the Magic guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, they came out with a physical presence and made rebounding a priority.
I think it's why they hold the lead here early, because they're controlling the flow of the game with those second chance opportunities.
And Brooklyn has possession. They trail by 7. All right, this is how the floor looks for the Magic starting the second. We've got Dwight Howard, and it's Hardaway in at the point guard position. Here's Kidd. Well, he hasn't put up any points yet in this one. Irving, that's good.
Well, so great when your offense produces a shot that close to the rim. The rest of the work becomes easier.
Outside Hardaway. Pass to Howard. To the paint. Picked it out of midair. Irving with it. And it's Hill picking him up now. Irving, no good. Here's Orlando. Leading by 5. Outside Hardaway. And here's Howard. To the middle. Here's O'Neal. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
It was a strong move. The shot's just a little off.
Shooting for the Magic. Shaquille O'Neal. Shooting 2.
That free throw, no good. So the Nets making a switch here. Lopez is checked in. He hits the second from the line. And we're now about a minute into this second quarter of play. Here's Kidd. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game from him. Durant against Howard. 6 to shoot from 15 feet away. Nice. Gets his second bucket. He's 2 for 4 now.
We talk so often about three-point and restricted area shots, but the best players can score from the mid-range. Count Kevin Durant amongst them.
Slams it down with 2 hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now. Brooklyn trailing. Outside Durant. And it's blocked. And so it looks like the Nets will retain possession here. Quarter 2 and about 2 minutes in. Here's Orlando. Outside Hardaway. Pass to Howard. Here's McGrady. Launches it. Kidd with a rebound.
No idea why he's attempting so many outside shots. It's not his day, and he needs to either look to drive or get it to an open teammate.
Fades back, and they pick up 2. Lopez has got his second basket of the game.
Don't you love watching Brook Lopez get to that mid-range, stretch the floor with his shooting ability? Really good stuff.
Oh, it's blocked by Lopez. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lopez. Here in quarter 2, we played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Screen by O'Neal. Howard with the ball. And Lopez picks him up. He shoots. Hits the jump hook. O'Neal's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, this is the kind of pass that gets everyone excited. It's also how you build great team chemistry.
Time called here. The Nets decide to talk it over now. And as the coaches draw up their strategies, the players staying hydrated with some Gatorade. That's key to keeping them at their best all the way up to the buzzer.
It really is, and every one of those players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Three minutes of action thus far in the second. Here's Kidd. Boy, he's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Outside Durant. Let's go with a three. Sinks his third bucket. He's 3 for 6 now.
It's the height, it's the quick release, it's the soft touch. Kevin Durant is elite offensively.
Orlando leading. Hardaway with it. Out to the wing. Puts up a three. McGrady shot is off.
He is just not taking smart shots out there, a pattern he has fallen into tonight.
Out to the right wing. Here's Petrovic. He got a piece of it, and he stays with it. Here's Kidd. Shot clock at 5. Pass to Irving. From the arc. Knocks down the triple. Irving's got 9.
I'll tell you, you are playing with fire anytime you leave this guy open, and they just got burned.
Outside Hardaway. Here's O'Neal. Inside. Howard inside. Durant's there. Good work there as it goes. And Orlando leads by 2.
Well, tremendous touch right there. Dwight Howard being aggressive and wanting to dominate inside.
Outside Durant. There's the three. McGrady grabs a miss.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
The three doesn't go for him. And Brooklyn going the other way now. Out left to the wing. The three. It's hauled in by the Magic. Pass to O'Neal to the inside. Hill with it. Jacks up a three. Here's Howard. Played it in with a nice touch off the window. Now it's a 4-point Magic lead.
If you had a question as to how Dwight Howard is up there amongst the all-time leaders in offensive rebounds, that's an example why.
Timeout called. Brooklyn. And here are the Nets now. 4-point game. Here's Kidd, defended by Hardaway.
Watch the screen.
Lopez, the screen on Hardaway. Oh, rejected by Howard.
There's a reason Dwight Howard has so many all-defensive teams to his credit. Good night with the block. Pretty dime there, the kind of ball movement coaches love to see.
And so it's Brooklyn with it. They trail by 6. Pass to Petrovic. Now Lopez. Lopez, the screen on Howard. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Orlando.
They've been pretty intimidating on the defensive end, knocking away shootings, containing shooters, and making it tough to find looks.
You've also got to love the way they've been crashing the offensive glass. Multiple opportunities, not giving up on possessions. Beautiful.
That free throw no good. Grant's checked in for Orlando. And he's good on the second. Now here's Hardaway. Pass to McGrady from deep. From beyond the arc and then some. He's got 14. Brooklyn trailing. Outside Irving. With the floater. And he sinks the layup. Irving's got 7 points here in the quarter.
Well, the touch and the focus. What a pretty move in the lane.
And here's Hardaway. Outside, Hill. No good on the 3. And Brooklyn has possession. 6-point game. Howard against Durant. 18 feet out. They get it back. Lopez misses the layup. Lopez has gone 2 of 6 here tonight from the field. Back to Hardaway. 4-3. And so it looks like it'll be Orlando's ball still. Both teams will make substitutions.
On the court.
Brooklyn on D. They trail by 6. Pass to Grant. To the paint. Here's Howard. Rebounded by Lopez. Lopez has got 4 rebounds now. Here's Petrovic. He's covered by Grant. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
15 seconds. At the line, Drazen Petrovic. Stepping to the line with 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
That one's off. And the second free throw is good. Orlando leading. Here's Francis. Pass to Turkoglu. Takes the three. That one goes. Now he's 1 for 2.
You have to have the vision to find the open man. Beautiful pass.
Outside, Anderson. Now here's Carter. Shot on the wing. Can't get it. He's now 1 of 4 from the floor. Now the Magic with it. They're on a 12-4 run. Here's Francis. Now quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Turkoglu's shot is off. Outside Carter. Pass to Anderson. Back to Carter. Shot clock at 6. And off the left side of the rim, it swirls in for him.
Oh, what a crafty move, causing the defender to pause right there.
Here's Turkoglu. Throws it up high, and it's Howard finishing it off.
That's about communication between teammates. Dwight Howard, high flying as ever.
Now Anderson. Pass to Petrovic. Lets it go from deep. Francis grabs the board.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
And here's Anderson. Here's Howard. And it's off the back of the rim. No good. So it's Brooklyn now. 8-point game. Anderson passes to Carter. Anderson with a screen. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. Dwight Howard picks one up.
Team foul. At the line, shooting for Brooklyn, Vince Carter. And out the line, shooting 2.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Carter. Irving's checked in for Brooklyn. Nikola Vucevic is checked in for Orlando. And so Carter nails them both. 1:36 left in the half. Outside, Anderson. Pass to Vucevic. Clock at 6. Here's Francis. Vucevic's shot is off. Outside Carter. Now here's Anderson. 1 minute left in the first half. Outside Carter. He takes it in. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now.
I like that. I mean, some physical play inside. He's not about to give up any easy
At the
baskets.
line, 2 times.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Carter. And the Magic making a change here. Scott's checked in. And so Carter nails them both. 52 seconds left in the first half. Anderson with it. Well, no scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Here's Turkoglu. Good setup. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
This is what we call highly efficient play. Working off the screen, getting to the cup.
Here's Irving.
Irving isn't just a perimeter player. He's so dynamic inside as a scorer. His strength, his savvy, tough to keep the defense on balance.
At the line, shooting for Brooklyn, Kyrie Irving. And out the line, shooting 2.
Shooting 2.
That free throw good from Irving.
This guy is an absolutely electric talent, can completely take over a game. Kyrie Irving able to be a facilitator, a scorer, and we know he doesn't duck the big moments.
Both free throws good from Irving.
An efficient night from the line. This is a guy who puts in the work and it pays dividends.
Now 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Anderson. And there's the screen. Down low. Here's Turkoglu. Soft touch off the glass. 7 points in the game.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
Here's Irving. Well-placed jumper from the free throw line.
Well, what do? If you play up on Kyrie, he'll go by. If you back off him, he'll pull up. Pick your poison, doesn't matter.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. It's the Magic up by 4, and we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
For your next youth dance team.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Brooklyn trailing. Here's Kidd. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game from him. Here's Durant. And Durant with the big finish.
Where Kevin Durant has really grown is manipulating pick and roll, making the right read, and this guy just adapts and adjusts so quickly.
And the Magic with possession. Setting the floor for the Magic. We've got Dwight Howard, and it's Hill in at the 3. Over Irving. Hill can't connect. Hill's gone just 2 of 6 shooting, 33%. Here's Kidd, defended by Hardaway. Back to Durant for the lead. On target from range. Durant's got 5 points now this quarter.
I'll tell you, he can make it look easy. That jump shot of Kevin Durant is automatic.
And he lobs it up. And it's Howard finishing it off.
A great read between those two guys. The defense didn't stand a chance, B.A.
These two teammates right here, Grant, they are connected. Third quarter of play with just over 1.5 minutes gone by. Pass to Kidd. The dive for the ball. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Magic. It's time to take a glance again at that superb block.
What a powerful rejection. He's not wanting them to get an advantage in this competitive game.
Orlando leading. Into the third. 2 minutes in now. Inside. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
B.A., I'm not sure he should be flaunting around the rim like that with this game so close.
Oh, it's risky, but it sure did look good. Well, we got a close one here in Brooklyn. Second half of play here with just under 2.5 minutes passed. Durant against Howard. The 15-footer. Lopez. It's hauled in by the Magic. O'Neal's got 4 rebounds now. Pass to Hardaway. Here's McGrady. He's got 14. Can't connect from 13 feet out. Here's Petrovic. And it's all from three-point range.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
Howard, the pass to Hardaway. Screen by O'Neal. Oh, the lead pass was in the perfect spot to set up the layup. O'Neal's got 4 points in the quarter.
When it's this close, every bucket matters. You need good looks.
Second half here, and we're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
Well, if you offer no resistance defensively, he's going to knock down the three. It's really that simple, guys.
Now here's Hardaway. Pass to McGrady from deep. Orlando gets it back. Here's Howard. The layup misses. Here's Kidd. Here's Petrovic. And the Nets, another three.
They are unconscious from outside. And so far, the defense has had no answer.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Up high and down it goes on the lob. We've seen 5 lead changes so far. Neither team able to pull away.
Yeah, this game just feels like it's going to come down to the wire.
And Brooklyn has possession. They trail by 1. Here's Kidd. Pass to Petrovic. It's hauled in by the Magic. O'Neal's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Howard, the pass to Hardaway. Lopez with the steal. And here's the fast break. Here's Irving. And there's another one for the Nets.
Well, that leadership from Lopez, wanting to get his guys involved with his passing ability.
Irving's getting it done with 5 of 9 shooting from the field. Hardaway, the pass to Hill for 3. Knocks down the long J. Hill's got 7 points.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Timeout called. Brooklyn. Lewis is checked in for Howard. Here's Kidd. Back to Irving. Lopez passes to Durant. And there's the drive. Back to Lopez. 4 on the clock. Here's Kidd. No good on the triple. Here's McGrady. 14 points for him. That shot is good, Lewis.
Well, hit a man in stride. That is a textbook delivery.
Brooklyn trailing. Here's Kidd. Outside Irving. Puts the move on.
Oh, save that for the dunk contest. That flush was so extra.
Whether or not this game is close, he's the same guy, focused on finishing firm at the rim. Irving's gotten 6 of his 10 shots to go. Pass to McGrady. Here's O'Neal. That one's wide left. Here's Kidd. Outside Irving. Now here's Lopez. Durant with it. Check by Hill. Durant. Pass to Lopez. And that comes off the assist by Durant. Lopez has got 6 points.
You simply have to remember that Brook Lopez can stroke the jumper. This guy on catch and shoot is terrific.
Outside, Hill. Screen by O'Neal. Releases. Up again. It's good on the putback. O'Neal's got 8 points in the quarter.
As usual, he's right there to save the play. Nice timing on the tip in.
Lopez, the screen. Here's Durant. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
No debate there. He got hammered.
All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Magic.
Yeah, what stood out to me was their passing. They moved the ball effortlessly and have been able to find those holes in the defense.
I also like how they've played in the painted area. They've made an effort to work on the inside and convert those chances.
Free throws good from Durant. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Both good from the line that time. Now the Magic with it. Here's Skiles. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Over Irving. Here's Lewis. He can't get that one to fall. And Brooklyn will come the other way. Pass to Jefferson. Here's Lewis. 6 points for him. To the right side. Here's Skiles. Off target from outside.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. You just missed it.
First personal foul. Team seconds. At the line, shooting for Brooklyn. KD. At the line, 2 times.
And that one falls. That puts him up 1 point in the game now. And both free throws good for Durant.
Boy, a really soft touch on display. It is a luxury to have a big man who can hit from the line at a consistent rate.
Pass to Vucevic. To the middle. Here's Lewis. And too long on the shot. Brooklyn with the ball. The lead is 2. Here's Jefferson. Well, he hasn't scored yet, but I'm sure that'll change. Irving finds Carter. Now Durant. 3 on the clock. Here's Lewis. He's got 6. Shot's good by Scott.
I'm not sure why they aren't going to him more. He's scoring the ball so well.
Now here's Irving. 7 points in the game. Pass to Durant. There's a minute 54 left in the third. And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
Well, you see, if you're going to foul him, you've got to wrap Kevin Durant up. He's too good at absorbing contact and finding a way to score.
And let's take a moment here to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for the Nets.
Their offensive game plan has been simple. Look to shoot it often from outside the arc. And the results have been outstanding.
You know what else has been important is they've been focused and they have gotten themselves to the line, made their free throws, doing all the little things.
Orlando trailing here. Here's Skiles. Well, he hasn't put up any points yet in this one. Pass to Vucevic.
Shooting for the Magic. Nikola Vucevic. 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good. So the Nets making a switch here. And he makes both free throws. The Nets with the lead. A minute 35 left in the third quarter. Pass to Carter. Here's the three. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Here's Skiles. Here's Turkoglu for the lead. And it's Irving with the rebound. Fires the three. Scott with a rebound.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself.
Pass to Vucevic. And Vucevic slams it in.
He's got the size to make that an easy finish. Vucevic, deep position, and he's golden.
There's 47 seconds left to play in the third quarter here. Irving for three. No good on the shot. Orlando leading. Here's Francis. Williams grabs the board.
Listen, if you're that wide open, you have to take the shot, even if it's not your favorite.
Outside Carter. Pass to Williams. From the baseline. Here's Francis. Well, he hasn't scored yet, but I'm sure that'll change. Vucevic, a screen on Irving. With one on the clock. Oh, did he get it off in time? He did! How about that?
Are you serious? That was incredible.
What a way to seize momentum. Can it carry over into the next quarter? Beautifully done.
It's still anybody's game as we reach the end of three. Magic out in front. They lead by 3. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter started. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
He's always near the top of the list for this honor. I mean, passes like these are his specialty.
Well, this is why great point guard play is so critical in today's NBA, and you see it right there on display.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the fourth in what is still anybody's ball game. Pass to Howard. Back to Hardaway. The 3 ball. Knocks it down from distance.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
And for Orlando, we've got Dwight Howard, and it's Hill in at the 3, the small forward. Now here's Hardaway. Pass to Howard. Here's O'Neal. Hill with it. Fires the 3. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
You can really feel the momentum swinging in their direction.
You want to continue to build on this lead. Right now, still a little too close for comfort.
A few possessions into the fourth, just over a minute played. Here's Kidd. Pass to Irving. Steps back and shoots. Howard grabs the miss. Howard's got 11 rebounds in the game. Here's McGrady. He's guarded by Irving. Now Howard. Screen by O'Neal. Shot clock at 6. The shot by Howard, no good. Brooklyn trailing. Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
And here is Hill. Outside Hardaway. Here's McGrady. Off target. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Here's Brooklyn. Looking to get on the board here in the fourth still. Oh, there's the alley. Wide open look. Ooh, lands soft on the front of the rim and drops in.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Hill against Irving.
Second personal foul. First team foul. At the line, Julius Irving. And out the line, shooting 2.
The first free throw is good. Durant, he's checked in for Williams. He's perfect from the line this time. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. To the inside. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Here's Durant. And again, it's the Nets missing. Outside Hardaway. Pass to O'Neal. And here's Howard. And he converts the layup.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly and capitalizing.
We played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. To the left wing. Pass to Lopez. Durant against Howard. Here's Petrovic from outside the arc. That's good. And so Durant with the assist.
Well, we think of Durant as a naturally gifted scorer. Fact is, this guy understands how to get his teammates open.
From deep three-point range. Offensive rebound. Hardaway. And that one, good. Hardaway's got 5 points now this quarter.
Second chance points are always painful. Have to make the effort to box out.
No doubt those extra possessions can really add up against you when you do not take care of the defensive glass.
Now here's Durant. Can't hit that one. Howard with some nice D. And he lobs it up top. Stole it away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt. Here's Petrovic. Count it.
Another shot right in the lane. That's been their MO this evening. Orlando
leading. Pass to McGrady from deep. The shot off that time. And Brooklyn going the other way now. Here's Kidd. Outside Durant. And the net's another three.
We are talking about one of the greatest scorers in the history of NBA basketball. Kevin Durant's doing some work right now.
Hardaway on the wing to the paint. Here's O'Neal. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for two. That's on Brook Lopez.
First team foul. Shooting for the Magic. Shaquille O'Neal. Yeah, the line with 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. No good on the second free throw. Outside Irving. Pass to Kidd. Now here's Durant. The three is up. And the net's another three.
They've been aggressive during this run, but they've also played under control.
I think the communication on offense is working at every level right now. What a run for this group.
Now here's Hill. Here's McGrady. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to O'Neal. The Magic need to put one up here. Here's Howard. And another miss by Orlando. And it's Brooklyn ball. They're on a 13-5 run. To tie it up. Oh, rejected by Howard. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Howard. Pass to Petrovic. Durant with it. The 15-footer.
Now, Dwight Howard staying engaged on the defensive end. Boy, does he make an impact.
Now Hardaway. Outside. Hill. And they'll get another chance. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
That was just great work to battle through contact and will in the shot.
O'Neal with 1 shot.
One shot.
And that one misses. Brooklyn trailing. Pass to Kidd. Out of bounds. It'll be Orlando's ball. Here's Orlando. They've led by as many as 11. Here's McGrady. Here's O'Neal. Covered by Lopez. Rejected by Lopez.
Well, Lopez twice on the pipes. He has the length to do this every time on the defensive end.
It's deflected. Shoots. McGrady, good. And Orlando leads by 7. Here's Kidd, defended by Hardaway. Screen by Durant. The three is up. They get it back. Here's Lopez. Somehow scores the layup in traffic.
Well, this team likes to see Lopez working hard on the glass. That's a part of his game he must continue to improve upon.
Outside Hardaway to the inside. Trying to go for a lob there. Excellent defense and anticipation to stop it. Hill against Irving. Pass to Kidd. And he's going for the oop here. Oh, and a fast break for the Magic. Here's Hardaway, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Smart. Get out in front, finish the break with authority.
I don't think anyone was catching him on that play. That is unbelievable.
And so it's Brooklyn with it. 7-point differential. Here's Kidd. Outside Durant. Inside. Hill with the steal. Here's O'Neal. Good. And that basket makes him 8 for 14 for the game.
That's a pretty serious blow, guys. I mean, they are showing they want this game more, staying active defensively and putting up some quick points.
Now here's Lopez. Outside Irving. Fires for three. It's hauled in by the Magic. Outside Hardaway. It's not going to go for him. Ooh, Durant with some nice D. Three-pointer. O'Neal pulls it in. O'Neal's got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. Good work defensively by Lopez.
Boy, that's the kind of look this offense is designed to create. That's just a tough miss.
Durant with it. This one for three. It's hauled in by Hill.
Simply put, a bad shot, guys. They all know they can get a better look than that.
Out of bounds. It'll go to the Nets. For the Nets, this one not looking good. Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
And the Nets miss again.
But I love the determination, guys. It's simply not there for him right now.
Right side Hardaway. Down low. And there's Hill. That one's good. On the assist from Hardaway. And Orlando leads by 11. A minute 31 left in the fourth quarter. Durant against Howard. Now here's Durant. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Petrovic. Looking to end the drought. Doesn't go that time. Now Orlando takes it the other way. And 1:01 left in the fourth. McGrady shot is off.
When you're not in rhythm with the three ball, why do you keep firing from there?
And that one's good. Durant's got 31 points.
Yeah, Kevin Durant working right there on the interior. This guy, if you allow him to touch the paint, he will put it home.
Pass to Hill. Takes a three. Finds it again. 6 for 12 and remaining assertive.
The way they dominated, they earned the dub tonight.
And they just went out and executed. Give credit to the coaching staff. They have to be thrilled with their level of play.
There's 39 seconds left in the final quarter. Here's Durant. Howard grabs the miss. And Orlando has possession. 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. 19 seconds left in the game. Pass to O'Neal. Here's McGrady. That three's off the mark. Here's Kidd. There's the triple. No good there. So no problem for Orlando as they get the win. Boy, a nice win on the road. By the time this one was winding down, this building was stone cold silent.
And that's exactly what you got to do. You have to try to take the crowd out of it.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Allie LaForce, Doris Burke, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson alongside our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for watching. Now, New Balance presents the Player of the Game.